Hey, Opie?
Yeah, how's it going?
What's up, man? This is from No Cover.
Where are you guys located?
Ventura?
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, we used to be out of San Diego. Maybe we've been around for like 21 years.
Okay, that's right.
How are you?
I'm good. I skated down I work in Seal Beach, so I skated down to the beach so I could do the interview in peace and not be at the shop, you know?
Yeah, that's fucking killer, man. Well, I appreciate you taking time for us and giving us some time for the interview. It really means a lot to us.
Yeah, no worries.
So you guys have the surf rodeo coming up.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of surf rodeo prior?
I think vaguely from like Z-Man or someone like that was talking about it.
Yeah, it's a pretty killer event, man.
It's pretty big.
We're super happy that, as a community, that you guys are coming. Because, nothing truly ever exciting happens in Ventura, so it's always good to have you guys around.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
So talk to me about the band. What do you guys, if anything, what do you guys have coming up?
We're all like, established in our businesses and our careers and stuff, so it's kind of hard, getting everyone together, but we've been pretty consistent on doing like every other weekend, or we're trying to do, practices and writing and stay consistent with some shows and flying out and doing some, stuff that we wouldn't be able to do normally, but now that we have like a regime backing us, they're kind of paving a path for us to, kind of just get back out on the scene.
That's killer, man. You guys had a couple singles drop last year, late last year. How long were you guys holding on to those before you guys released them? Or
actually, no, those were really just done on the spot. Like, we had a couple songs that were done. I don't know, can't remember when they were done. One was a cover, Hooligans, and the other one was Don't Get Me Down. For whatever reason, I don't know, they didn't come out as LBDA.
Mm-hmm.
They came out just as my solo stuff, but those are LBD. I've been doing consistent stuff. It's just, like I have to tattoo and paint a lot, so I'm just finding time to separate the two, And I've never really written a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Put my pen down and put the stuff out there with the help of Jack and Miguel and Tim and everyone else, Roger, Ed.
You're like a straight up artist, right? I mean, that's what I've came to find out about you. So, like, in your daytime, are you doing the tattoos or?
Yeah, I work at Still Life Tattoo, like, during the day, tattoo, and then I try to paint as much as possible with the time that I have. So, like, as soon as my kids are out to school, I'm upstairs painting, trying to get some painting done for some deadline or something,
Is it a lot of that like contracted paint, or is it mostly from yourself?
It's mostly like word of mouth, commission. Once in a while I'll throw it out there on Instagram, like I have time, and I stay pretty busy with that stuff.
Yeah, my brother-in-law, he's he's not as good as you, but he's pretty fucking good. His name's Christ. He used to be like a graffiti guy.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he did. There's a memorial of Chester out in I think L.A. that he ended up him and his buddy put together.
Yeah, I gotta give it up to the graffiti guys, because that's what inspired me when I was young. A lot of that graffiti stuff that inspired me to get into the airbrush, and then like from the can to the airbrush to a more controlled, airbrush style. And that's what the 40-ounce Sun was created with, was airbrush and like brisket.
That's killer. You've done a lot of killer art. I mean, I went through it. Did you do Bradley Knowles' back?
Yeah, I did most of his tattoos.
I thought that was a rumor.
I did most of his tattoos. I did the Sublime on his back. I didn't actually do the fishbone that he had. I just added, like, it's crazy because I'm sitting right here on the beach right now, in Still Beach, and I added the pier that I'm looking at onto his arm, and we distinctively put the green water, you know, in the tattoo. The wave has like greenish, you know, hues in it. But yeah, I tattooed. I think Joe Salamanca tattooed him. I don't know the guy that tattooed him, and I think it was in Cardiff who originally did that. Did the fishbone tattoo.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, but I tattooed all the guys in the band, like Bud. I did a big memorial for Brad on Bud's back.
When did you, like, how did they, were you guys just buddies, or did they find you?
I went to school with Eric. We were in, like, 7th, 8th grade, and we had science class together, and we were both punkers. And he had a band, and, like, I was just like, damn, this kid's 15 and he has a band. And they were playing with, like, Social Distortion. I shit you not. Like, they opened up for Social Distortion, and he was so young, he had to wait till their set went on or some shit before he could, like, even step in the place.
That's fucking killer.
Yeah, so we were, like, fond, like, about punk rock together, and he had a punk band, so we just started hanging out, and then, like, years later, Sublime kind of, like, formed out of the ashes of, like, all the punk bands that he was in, you know?
Yeah.
So I was just always an artist, and we were just always into music, and we were just, like, potheads, you know, so just partying and shit, you know?
Yeah.
Surfing and skating and riding bikes and just being fucking punks, you know? So that's how we all kind of met. And there's, like, you know, there was a lot of people that were all around at the same time, you know, that I was. But I guess I had something to contribute.
Time.
Yeah, it was crazy times. I had something to contribute. Like, I was an artist, so I was always doing stuff. So they were always just like, make a flyer, make this, you know, make a t-shirt.
Did you know, like, deep down, like, that's just going to be something special?
What's that?
Did you know that was going to be something special? Like, or were you just too proud of the moment?
Like, I thought the sun was, you know, but when you make something handmade, it is special, you know. Like, we were printing up T-shirts in the garage and shit like that, and that held something to my heart. Like, Brad was in there printing the fucking T-shirts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The first ones, and I think he brought a pillowcase, and the first design was funny too because it was like it was Jimi Hendrix face, and I put dreads on it, and it just kind of looked like HR or someone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I put Sublime underneath it, and those were like the first, that one and this other lion one, like a big lion, but he brought like a pillowcase, and I printed it all over the pillowcase, and someone was telling me that he had it on tour and shit. So that was cool, you know what I mean? That, when you make something handmade, it means a little bit more than, you know, fucking, hey, I bought you this fucking blanket, you know, or something like that.
And that's the kind of message I try to teach my kids, you know, nowadays. Like, anytime it's Mother's Day or, you know, a birthday, like, I always try to, like, you have to use your mind. Let's go to Hobby Lobby or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, what do you think?
Yeah, it's always
kind of hours there.
Yeah, that's always mandatory in our house: painting and drawing and art supplies, and you got to keep them inspired, you know.
Yeah, I used to do like little graffiti back in the day as well, and my daughter, she loved that shit. You know what I mean? She would just watch me, and she would try to do it, and
yeah,
it was a good bonding time, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I'm sure my kids have seen me tattoo all the time, and like, I don't know, certain holidays I'm a weirdo. Like, I think it was Easter one year. I was like, come on, let's tattoo Dad, and they were all into it, you know.
No shit, that's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, and then they all did it, and then my youngest Oliver, he was just like, he was all stoked in the beginning, and then he realized how hard it is, and he got like really discouraged. And I go, hey, you know, like he expects to be good right off the bat at everything he tries, you know. I go, hey, it takes time, you know. It's taken Dad, you know, 40-something years to hone in his art, you know, for it to be in a lot of different, you know, places, you know.
Do you think that's a guy, like a kid thing, like a male thing for a kid? Because my son's like that too. Like he gets real down on himself. He's real critical. Like if
that's when you have to. That's the learning time right there. That's when you got to break it down to him. Like that's what when I told my son, I go, hey, it's taken me, you know, 30, 40 years for me to sit here and practice my painting and drawing and airbrushing and sketching and tattooing and all this to get to this point where, you know, I still don't think I'm that, you know, I'm not that great, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like there's people out there that are fucking blowing minds with tattoos, you know, and painting, you know. I'm just kind of like doing my thing, what I do, you know. But I tell him that, and then he's like, he wants to be good. I go, hey, you're going to have to, I go, if you keep practicing, you're going to be way better than Dad when you're like 15 years old. That's when he gets inspired, you know? Because he's 8 now, so it's like you put the fire underneath him, kind of like, you keep doing it, you're going to be way better than me, you know?
Yeah. And that's what inspires my kid, too, is like when I tell him, you're going to be better than me.
Yeah.
Because I guess it's like ingrained in them, you know, alpha male syndrome. Like, they got to take over Dad.
Yeah. My oldest son, he's like he's a sports guy, but he's really fast. He went with me to the One Love concert that we played at with Dogtown.
Yeah.
And it was before that he was already inspired to make beats and to rap. So when he saw the Dogtown and heard them and saw them physically, like right there in front of him, he went home and wrote like 3 songs. So it's like, who knows what it's going to take, you know, but you have your kids in a certain situation and they're going to get inspired.
That's awesome, man. What sports does he play?
What's that?
What sports does he play?
Oh, he was playing football. He plays volleyball. He does everything. He surfs.
Yeah, my son. He's
a
football guy. You also mentioned you do a lot of solo stuff, right? Music-wise?
Well, I get asked to be featured, and I've done it more in the past. Like, it's more like the homies, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I was featured on a couple Capital I songs when they were doing their thing. I-Man from the Mexicans. Couple, like, there was a guy from Germany that I think Dub Allstars were featured on some of his stuff. It was called Skunk, Frank Skunk or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously my brother Filiano, I've done numerous tracks with him. He's got like 3 or 4 albums. If you've ever heard of him, Filiano. Yeah, I mean, I was doing a project with DJ Greyboy and Delmo Suede. We called it Ward Church, and it was just kind of like a free-form, like, turntable instrumental band. And that was really cool. But as far as, like, focusing my stuff now, I'm focused, like, on painting and writing material for this album and trying to get this next album to fruitation to get, you know, to full
timetable on that album.
On this one. Man, I wish it was now, you know what I mean? But it's very soon. We're at like we already met with the producer. We've been putting together numerous tracks. I mean, we have more than enough tracks for what we need to do right now. Because we just want to do, like, I don't know, 12 solid songs, 10 to 12 solid songs, and see where that, I mean, if the other songs make it on there, so be it, you know?
Yeah. And you know, we have a, you know, we have a radio show, or we have a radio program. We also have, you know, this magazine. We'd love to help you guys out, you know, or in anything, any kind of support we can give you guys. We'd love to do that.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We're going to try and, I mean, this album will be, you know, I don't know, it'll be, you know, stuff from the past that, you know, was never really finished, and a lot of newer stuff. There's actually tracks that Aaron Owens worked on with us before his passing. So, I mean, there's a lot of gems on this next album already. Yeah, it's just going to take some time to, you know, lace them up and finish them up and get them out there.
Yeah. Is there any new songs on this one? Like unreleased songs or on
this new album?
Yes.
There will be, I mean, you might have heard some stuff live, but all of it is new, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's going to be, I'm pretty sure there's going to be, you have to talk to Marshall, and we're not at that point yet, but there's going to be some featured guests and stuff like that also. So it's going to be the same formula, you know what I mean, as we had before, but just different players.
Yeah. That's cool, man. Is there anything else you'd like to, you know, like us to mention? Yeah, just be on the lookout. Follow the LBDA Music on Instagram to you know, to get any heads up, any live feeds, or any shows that are coming up, or merch, and any news on the new album. All right, man. We'll definitely, you know, once I hear of the album releasing, we'll reach back out to you guys and we'll take care of you. Okay?
Yeah, man. I think once we get, you know, in the studio and actually get to work, it's gonna pop off pretty quick. That's not the part I'm worried about. It's like the business end. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's the easy part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, dude, I wish you all the success, and I hope to meet you.
Yeah, we'll hang out at the rodeo.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be passing out magazines. I'll have my own crew there.
Cool, man. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Also, you know, if there's ever, you know, if you want to help inspire your kid, maybe we could get him on the radio or something, or even play any of his songs. You know, just get that little more inspiration. You know?
Yeah, his name is Bo on SoundCloud. It's BEAU. I could probably just send you the link.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's like he's kind of all into the modern kid music, you know.
Yeah, I have kids. A little different from when I was growing up.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, man. Hey, I'll be in contact, and you know, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it too. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
All right.
Bye.